Two suspected squatters arrested for killing a woman in her New York City apartment, stuffing her body in a duffel bag and stealing her car. As squatting plagues the nation, there are numerous internet forums offering how-to guides to getting into a home and establishing a right to be there. So why has squatting become such a widespread problem, and what can people do to protect themselves? Here to discuss is Senior Attorney of Property Rights for Pacific Legal Foundation, Mark Miller. Mark, thanks for being with us this morning. You know, I remember in law school talking about adverse possession, and some of these things you're like, wait, why does this make sense? How do you have your own clear property rights, you know, subverted by somebody just comes in and says, hey, now it's mine? Explain to us really quickly the legal background of squatting.
Well, you know, that's exactly right. But this is nothing like adverse possession. We certainly did learn in first year of law school that, you know, if you were to move into someone else's property that was empty, it wasn't clear who owned it, and you were openly living there after a number of years, you know, 5 years in some states, 7 years in other states, longer in others, you could go to court and say, I have a right to be here. I've taken over it. That's not what squatting is. Squatting is nothing like adverse possession, and we need our state legislators to start changing the laws to make it clear that squatters do not have any rights to properties at all.
But give me the rationale. Why do squatters have rights, Mark?
Well, I think it's basically an oxymoron. It's a misunderstanding of the law. Too often, and particularly in our blue states, we treat squatters who have no right to be on your property as if they are tenants. We're seeing this in New York, Illinois, and other states. They just move in. You're not paying attention perhaps for a month in New York, even shorter in other states. And then they say, well, I have a right to be here. They wave around a piece of paper, say, I have a lease. And then law enforcement doesn't really know what to do. And it puts you in a position where you have to evict them.
Oh, so they wave around a fraudulent lease that they could draw up, and then a cop's not a judge. He can't sit there and litigate whether or not something is a legitimate contract or not. And now you've got this standoff. Here's some tips, by the way, for avoiding squatting. Lock doors and windows at all times. Routinely check the property for any signs of entry. Make friends with your neighbors and ask them to alert you if they see anyone on the property. Post no trespassing signs on the doors and yard gates. Mark, I know the situation you described for us could happen literally overnight, but do these types of situations that are occurring across the country, is it like somebody goes on vacation, they go away for a long weekend? Like, when does this squatting take place?
Well, that's exactly right. The squatters are looking for houses that are easy marks or for apartments. So you need to take measures, as you just said, get to know your neighbors. You want your neighbors to alert you. If they know you and they see something amiss, they're going to call you. I can remember my grandparents who were snowbirds. When they were down in Florida, if something was amiss at their house, the neighbors would call them, or even the police would call them. So get to know your local officer. You need to have signs up, make it clear. You want your house to look lived in. The squatters, just like a pickpocket in Times Square, are looking for an easy mark. So what you need to do is make it clear the squatters need to go bother somebody else, not you. Okay,
two questions just as a follow-up short on our way out. One, where is this happening across the country? You know, like, where is it more pronounced a problem than other places? And two, what's in it for the squatters? A couple of days, night, long-term stay? Like, why all the effort on behalf of the squatters?
Well, it's especially happening on that first question, especially happening on the coast, because housing has gotten so expensive. We need our local and state governments and federal government to make it easier to build housing and cheaper. If there's more housing, this is a law of supply and demand. We have a demand for housing. We need to make housing cheaper. And the reason squatters are doing it is free place to live. Who wouldn't want that? But we need to make it clear to them that they can't do it, that there will be consequences. We need to have laws that make it clear to squatters, if you move in, you're going to be removed very quickly.
Free place to live for a little while. We need to speed up what it means a little while, to your point. Mark Miller, great to have you on the show this morning, helping us understand this issue. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.